I am under the assumption that this is a Google Translate issue. But with that said, before, because I don't want to get any well actuallys on this, all right? With that said, apparently Rudy Gobert said, I feel like I lost my virginity because he hit a 3-pointer in a FIBA game uh like a week ago. And it could only be Rudy Gobert saying this, right? Like it could only be him giving us a quote like that. Rudy Gobert is definitely the guy that people love to make fun of on the internet for various reasons. Speaking of big contracts, he's been trying to become an outside shooter. I want well, all right. First of all, before we even get into any basketball stuff, he could not have put that a worse way.
Yes.
Just
yes.
like I lost my virginity. It's making a 20-foot jump shot. Trey. Trey's just shaking. If you're just listening to this, you're not watching on YouTube. You gotta Trey's beside us.
There's nothing else to say. Fuck the basketball side of this. Just that wording. Like, what are we doing?
Oh man. I hope it was self-aware. I do. I hope it was self-aware. There's a certain point, like, we make fun of things, like guys say, we make fun of Karl-Anthony Towns for being corny. We make fun of the way like Rudy whines, make fun of like plenty of players for whining the way they do and everything. I do hope there was I hope he was trying to say something funny. I don't know if he realized how funny it sounds, but that's an all-time quote. That's right up there for me with Charles Shackelford saying, I'm amphibious, I can do it with either hand. That, like, it's right up there.
That's a good
for
one.
An all-time quote. RIP Charles Shackelford. I mean, good for Rudy, you know?
I mean, yeah.
Good
Great.
for Rudy.
I'm glad he did it. He's fine.
Scoring, you know. Losing your virginity means he scored.
Yeah,
right? Hey. He scored. He hit a jumper. I wonder how many do you think he has to make before teams actually hesitate in rotating away from, like, because it's not going to be like, oh, he hits 5 in a game in November and now teams are like, one, it's got to be an NBA 3, and 2, like, is it 2 years of doing this at a respectable clip?
His first 10 games has to be in 30% shooting from there.
But even
I don't think teams are going. Teams aren't going to rotate.
I don't think teams will care, man. I really don't. So maybe the Wolves can get some free points off this. If it even gets to the, like, if it even get, remember when James Harden was doing that like fadeaway one-legged 3-point shot, be like, oh, he's bringing this, and he tried it once in a game, and it was like, fuck this bullshit. Like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, no, it's gonna have to be like a season at like 40%. Like, as absurd as that sounds, like, for teams to really go, okay, maybe we have to guard him. Like,
I was legitimately trying to like figure this out of like, when did Brook Lopez get taken seriously with this, right? But he was also a good shooter, a good scorer, a mid-range shooter. Like, it wasn't that crazy.
It made more sense for him to eventually expand to 3-point line versus Gobert, who's done only dunks for the most part. Like, we don't see elbow jumpers from Rudy often, or in his repertoire the way Brooks had it. So it's a little bit different in that sense. So yeah, I don't think teams are taking him seriously at any point in the season with that.
I don't either. Like, it took Brook, I don't know, like, he hit 134 threes the first year he started shooting them on 34%. He was 34%. Like, yeah, it maybe took like 3 years for teams to really care. It'd take Rudy, a decade.
Bigs like that, like, it's gonna have to be a rookie that like lost assignment and just really didn't pay attention.
Right.
And really, like, guys closing out hard on him is really gonna. And I don't even think he's going to even attempt it, just because he just gets his role.
Yeah, I don't like, we might see one early on in the season. If it goes well, then maybe that keeps up a little bit, but I don't think I wouldn't. It feels like remember that one preseason where Andre Drummond took a three, and people are like, oh, Andre Drummond's a 3-point shooter now. And like, I think he's taken 10 since then. Like it's not, Andre Drummond was becoming a shooter at one point and it never flashed to the NBA. It's all like rec league stuff in the summer.
So my question, because Rudy Gobert's never hit an NBA three. He's only taken 14 attempts. What if he ever makes one? Is he going to have a comment about breaking his NBA virginity? Is this going to be?
Will he shoot more than DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, oh, come on, don't do that to DeMar.
I love DeMar. I seen him
don't do that to DeMar.
At the All-Star game.
Oh man, DeMar's just catching strays like
yeah, dude, that's come on, man.